people willing to listen to the community. But as far as actual progress goes with illnesses and diseases and just every negative aspect of any type of lifestyle, I don't think we have progressed too much. I feel like we have created a lot of information and a lot of little facets to get this information out there, but I don't feel like there has really been true progression. I feel like the community needs to be informed more in order to make drastic changes, because there have been little steps taken, but I don't feel the main progression and the drastic changes that need to be taken have been made.
Thank you very much, Vanessa. Anything come to mind as to what we can do to further along that process as far as getting more information out there to our community and offering the support that it needs as well?
I think it's exactly that. I think we do need to get, because there is information out there for people to grasp onto or to look for, but once again, people don't always go looking for things, and you have to put it in front of their face. So I do feel like the community does need to be more open and more out there with this information and these facts that we do have.
I have Dave here. He's from San Diego. He's been a friend of mine for many years and part of the recovery community here in San Diego. So I'd like to ask you, Dave, what does pride mean to you, and where do you think we've evolved in the community on, as a community, and how we handle our health issues, HIV prevention and substance abuse?
As far as what pride means to me, it means respect. It means being one with yourself. Accepting of yourself and of others. That's one thing. I've always been accepting of other people, very much not judgmental. As far as where we've been and where we have to go for recovery or for HIV, AIDS and that, we've come a long way, but there's still a lot of strides to make, or strides I should say. I'm looking for the day when they can come up with a cure for it, and right now there isn't. And I'm HIV positive myself. I have been for over 10 years now. And again, we've come a long way, but we have a long way to go.
How do you think the community at large looks at the substance abuse recovery community? And do you think we're handling the whole issue of substance abuse the way we should? What can we do better, in other words?
Oh boy. Well, one thing. Being a gay man, even in the gay culture, drugs, alcohol is a real big issue. Let's face it, that's how I got started. I mean, it was something that got me out, got me able to talk to people and that, but with everything else, it became abusive. And so, as far as how we look at it, I mean, I'm thankful that there are places, organizations, and programs to go to for help, and I think there could be a little bit more outreach to it. How to go about doing it, that's another issue. That's very hard.
Well, thank you very much, Dave.
Thanks.
We're here with Eunice. Eunice is also from Yuma, and she's quite active. Both her and Vanessa are quite active in the Yuma community. For Eunice, if you could share with us what pride means to you and where you think we're going as a community.
Pride means quite a few things to me. Being gay doesn't define me, but it is a very important part of my life that I've embraced and I love, and have chosen to actively partake in the community, to show that I'm proud of my lifestyle, of my community as a whole, and proud of how we've been able to come together after all this adversion. You know, we are able to somehow come above that, and whatever small community it may be, it's still a community that takes pride in ourselves and our fellow human beings, whether they be gay or not.
With that being said, Eunice, how do you compare the community in Yuma versus the very large community that they have here in San Diego?
Okay. I would say there are definitely more outlets in San Diego rather than Yuma, due to a very strong foundation for gay people of the gay community. There are less people in Yuma, but besides that, less people willing to put themselves out there, perhaps. I think it's just a matter of strengthening our small numbers and to expand rather than focusing on anything too spread out that, you know, big cities could accomplish rather than a small town. So it's just a difference in numbers, difference in culture. It's just a matter of time. Yuma was very different, you know, 10 years ago, and hopefully 10 years from now it'll be a lot closer to the way that San Diego's gay community has branched out here.
Thank you very much, Eunice. Eunice from Yuma, and one of the things that she hit on is some of the cultural differences between San Diego and Southern California, where we have more of a population, and some of the rural areas of southwestern Arizona. One of the primary aspects of Back to the Basics, please, is trying to bring some of those resources into the rural areas, not just of Arizona, but throughout our country. We'll continue to aspire to bring those resources. I'm here with Neil, who's quite the jokester. We're going to ask him a few questions about what pride means to him and where he thinks our community has evolved and what we can do in the future to better ourselves as far as life wellness and general well-being and health.
Well, first of all, it's grown enormously over the past few years. I definitely enjoy coming out here and checking out all the people and you know, reuniting with a bunch of people that I haven't seen in quite a while.
Where do you think our community is now versus 20 years ago, and where do you think it will go from here?
20 years ago, I don't remember there being a festival out here in the park. As far as where we're going, it's endless. I mean, we just keep building and growing and expanding to new things and bringing in new vendors and new people all the time. So,
where do you think we are in the element of substance abuse recovery and HIV prevention, and where do we need to go from here to curb that epidemic?
Well, being a drug addict myself, in recovery, coming up on 5 years sober, I think that there needs to be a lot more funding put into recovery rather than into the jails and institutions like that. The population in the jails are mostly drug addicts and alcoholics that are have done, you know, crimes and stuff like that. That, you know, the money could be better funded in recovery field than it could be going into the prisons. As far as HIV, I've been HIV positive since 1985. I get taken care of very well. I got positive in the military, so the military takes care of me. There could be more funding put into that too. I mean, California's cutting that budget, so we're getting screwed either way, one way or another.
What do you think we can do at the nonprofit level for substance abuse recovery? I know 12-Step does a great deal. What do you think we can do on a level that's more public?
Lower the price.
On a scale of free public education, what do you think you can do?
Basically, you need to get out and do outreach. I mean, you know, I used to do outreach when I worked for Stepping Stone, and I come out here to the parks and talk to people all the time, you know, about different things and different public venues that they can go to get help, or, you know, get off the drugs, get off the street. So,
well, this is certainly the setting to do it, I would think.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Thank you very much, Neil, for taking some time.
No problem.
Enjoy the festival. I'm the homegirl Esther. This is my man IC from SD. We love you. Happy Pride!
And that's it from San Diego Festival.